see triumphs over judgment.
Good morning and happy Monday, everybody. How are you? Happy Monday, happy Monday.
We's here.
Yes, I am so grateful to be with you guys this Monday morning. I'm Stacy Tillman.
Dr. Crisada Glean. Brilliant. I notice I say my name really fast sometimes.
Do you?
I'm going to slow it down. Yeah, I'll be like, Dr. Crisada Glean.
Yeah, she's all the way slowed down today. Those of you who check us out every Monday know that she's usually... Yes.
Sleepy.
Yes.
And she's tired.
Yes, because she had a very busy weekend. Very, very busy weekend.
I wasn't at the doctor with the baby this morning, so I have no excuse. So her son is sick. Yes,
some sort of upper respiratory asthma thing. He's over there like, you know, that labored breathing with the belly just... I'm like, oh my gosh.
Nurse Gemma's on.
Yes, you don't play with those babies' lungs. So that will be my duty for the next every 3 hours on the nebulizer and just, you know.
So shout out to all you other mommies out there going through that.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's not fun when the babies are sick. Like, and babies are sick because they can't really tell you. You got to try to feel it out. And I'm like, oh, you just feel so bad for them. So give them extra love and grace to you. Lots of grace for the no sleep for the next few days, and comes with the territory.
And thinking about everything to do. The doctor say something, but you know, we got our home remedies. And we got to do that too.
And the Vicks.
And just try to get the rest, you know. But
well, you can.
It's all good. But I'm here. Don't get it twisted.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tell me. What was your weekend like? 'Cause had you moving about?
What was my weekend like? I'm trying to remember Saturday. I don't remember what we did Saturday.
Saturday you met up with me.
Yes.
Oh, that happened.
We had a girls' drink.
We had impromptu. You know how those never happens. It was just like, hey, I'm needing to get out of my house, so I'm gonna leave.
I'm always for that.
And she's like,
cool,
we can meet up. I was like, oh, this is perfect. It never works out for me. I have to like plan like weeks in advance, map out the calendar, whole bunch of stuff.
Because she's still in the thick of that stuff. My kids are big. So, she got out. And we hung out. So, that was fun.
It was fun.
And then we had to go to a Nets game that my son was participating in, kind of. So, they had games before the game. You know, there's a lot that they do before for the community, which is really cool.
That is
really cool. So we got all the behind the scenes of things that happened before the actual game happens, where LeBron was playing. Hello.
Wait, so you got to see like the players like up close and personal?
We did not get to see the players up close and personal, but we got to see the game. We were in the house,
which is awesome.
And Josiah and his team had a game prior to all that, which was fun. It was lots of fun, but it was exhausting because we had to be there really early. And do all of that. But fun. Living life.
Yes.
Can't be mad.
Exactly.
Getting stuff done.
That is fun.
So much fun. So much fun.
That's awesome.
So,
that is awesome. So understandably, that took up the rest of your day. You started early and then it was just a long day.
It was just a long day. And Saturday too. Like I worked in the morning and then I just kept going like it never ended. You know, Saturday. And it was just a lot. Yeah. What else did you do?
Sunday was Sunday. It was Palm Sunday. We had our church service.
We prepped it for Holy Week. Do y'all love Holy Week?
Yes.
Do y'all love Holy Week?
Yes, I'm in my because you gotta take time to think about this. Like, just think about the procession. What he walked through mentally, emotionally, and then physically had to walk through and stuff it down. And, you know, you put yourself in that mindset to humble yourself, to be like, you did that for us. So, thank you, Jesus.
So, it's a whole bunch of emotions. Like, it's sad.
And joy.
But there's a lot of joy. Yeah. And it's just really, it's a funny week. But I love it. Like, I just love it. It's a lot going on.
Good morning, Ria. Thank you for joining us.
Cheers to Holy Week, y'all.
Yes, we're doing Holy Week. And we're also doing a pre-prep. Thank you, Gemma. She's loving our makeup this morning. We're doing a pre-prep in our Fit and Fab group. If you haven't joined and you want, I feel like right now everybody's starting to see that spring is right around the corner, and summer and bathing suit season and all of that, and it's just like, wait, I have not been working out, what is happening? And so everybody's kind of feeling that push to get their exercise like revved up. And
But what about if you have been working out but you feel like it needed to be turned up a notch?
That's
lately?
what I'm saying. Yeah. Because we do get in these ruts. We get into these like, oh, I'm doing something, and then it's just like, no, but you still have to put some rev up in it. You gotta do some boot camp. You gotta, when you got the best results of your life, fitness wise, you were going hard. Just admit that. Just admit that.
Good morning, Lo.
Good morning, Lo.
How hard are you going?
She just had a baby. Let her rock.
Oh, that's right. Please rock.
Enjoy.
Please chill.
Yes, for a good year or whatever. Be comfortable and just enjoy that baby.
There
and that
was a
love.
whole article. I don't want to digress, but like this news flash, breaking news that women need at least a year to recover.
Not a news flash. We've been saying it. You guys wouldn't give it to us. Just saying.
Huh?
Not a news flash. While all of the other countries like Canada or Sweden or
Anywhere
besides America gives mothers the year with their jobs like held for them. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Don't put that pressure on yourself, Lo. Talk about I need to get it together. I mean, I did the same thing. When my son was, I think, not even like 2.5, 3 months, I was like, let me just start doing something. And it's just like, if you can do it, fine. Like, if you were already working out, that's kind of in you. But take it easy. And if you're still healing, that was the point of the article. You're still healing for a whole year or more after that. So you have to kind of take it slow with having just given birth. You can't just be like, no, I got to bounce back. Like, let your body flow with it. Because once you start adding that stress, you can end up injuring, you could end up tearing, you could end up doing a lot of injury.
Yeah, but when we have a lot of stress, we can't lose the weight.
I know.
You can't lose weight when
That
you're
too.
stressed out.
That too. It actually makes it impossible. It makes it way harder to lose weight.
There's no
You're
weight.
bloating
Yeah.
unnecessarily. It's
cortisol, all of that.
Yeah.
You're not losing weight.
Yeah. It's a self-defeating process.
So I was on this thread where this man was saying, I don't know what's wrong with these women these days. You don't need no whole year to get... My wife just upped and went to work. This is where we go wrong, lady.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Just because we get up and go to work because we have to,
we're better.
doesn't mean that we're healed
Or
and
that
we're
it's
good.
a good thing.
And we were smiling
Yes.
when we did
Like,
it.
I got this. And I got the baby at home.
I'm tired.
And I'm working full time. I got it.
He was going in about y'all.
It's the
weak,
nonsense.
And y'all don't need no
But you
whole
hear
year.
it all the time. That was the same argument with, okay, Cardi B is, sorry, whole other pop culture reference. Cardi B is now pregnant, if you guys know that
heard
whole
that.
story. And like right now she's about to go on tour with Bruno Mars and all this stuff, right? And they're like, this is the terrible move, blah, blah. And one guy, mind you, from Hot 97 was sitting there like, but why are they acting like pregnant women can't work, da, da, da. Like, this is not no regular work. This is high intensity music tour. So you're traveling all the time. You're around a lot of people, which in general is just unsafe with flu and craziness. And it's just high stress all of the time. So, and his reference was, oh, Beyonce went on her full tour, full blown with twins up until, I'm sorry, what? Till 7-8 months or
So
whatever.
Cardi B canceled?
It's in the air that she might or whatever, but they're just talking about her career like this is not a good look. Okay, but she's
Every
pregnant.
woman's
It is what it
different.
is.
Like, they want to go. You can, I always say it's 9 months out your life. Just
Yeah.
try to chill as much as you can. But
Yeah.
some people, that like, especially in that industry, when you're hot,
Yeah.
you got to go.
And then, okay, for that, think of your first kid. For me, I was pretty much okay for the first half of the pregnancy. So, okay, do it until you don't feel up to it. But know that at some point you're going to have to pull back. Like, it's not going to be I'm full blown and I'm rocking stages and whatever.
I don't remember what that show was that Beyonce got on there with her very pregnant self and let that chair lean back. I was in my house screaming,
Nonsense.
what
I remember
is
you
happening?
posted it.
What is happening?
It's just a lot.
But she did it. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I could see, like, she was choking. Oh my
I
God.
wouldn't. But to each his own. She's kind of bred herself to be on that. That's her regimen. She tours all the time. Like, that is her job.
Yes.
Like, that's what she's trained to
does.
do.
Yes.
But if that's not
Lo, you remember that? Girl, I couldn't breathe for her in my house. I was like, what's happening? I couldn't breathe. And I was like, Jay-Z, how you let this woman get up there? I was acting crazy. But she did. And whatever. But anyway.
I wouldn't recommend for everybody.
I wouldn't, but that's just us. But I just think sometimes, most times, we push ourselves to do things that we probably shouldn't be doing because we just feel like we have to, or we just whatever.
Everyone expects us.
And then these men just like,
well,
she got it. She's good. She don't need no extra nothing from me.
Oh my gosh. And so,
60.
to our topic today, enough is enough. Because I feel like women everywhere have reached this tipping point where enough of the nonsense. Like, it just enough. Enough of us. First of all, it like you said, we created, in some ways we created it. Because we felt forced into, exactly, so much pressure on women these days. It's been there. We do it
without realizing. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
I think that's. But before we get into that, the other huge thing for this weekend was the March for Our Lives this weekend.
It was, which was
and
huge.
I saw a man saying, "I'm so grown. I'm over 50 years old," and I was crying. And my father admitted to me that he was crying through most of those speeches. All these children coming up there and speaking, and just like, this is our future, because it's a lot of, at one point we were like, this future is going nowhere, sister. This future.
Don't sleep on them.
is clearly
about it.
Doing
They are woke and they are not standing for it. I mean, that's awesome.
Amazing. Got up there. And the other huge piece was some of the kids from Parkland are understanding that there are other children, Black children, children of color, that have been dealing with this violence forever and haven't gotten a platform because they're not rich and they're not white. So that was a huge piece that was brought about, which was really nice. That. Yes, that finally, like, even that, those barriers are breaking through. So yes, they are fighters, like you said, and they are willing to say enough is enough.
But that's huge that you said that, because even with the Women's March of last year, which was huge, and even with the Black Lives Matter piece that has been going on for the last few years, it's like the more it's being brought to the forefront, the more people can't just be like, oh, just my cause. Because no, it's humanity's cause. If anyone is underrepresented, if anybody is being stuffed down or pushed down or mistreated in any way, you're gonna fight for one cause. You have to fight for all causes, and that's just how I feel about it. It's not okay. We can turn a blind eye to the Black Lives Matter thing, but women, we need to get equal pay, or you know what I mean, or like white women versus black women. Like, no, it's humanity. It really is. Like, we need to push for better treatment overall of all of us. But today, as it is the closing episode of Women's Month, we have to talk about us. We have to talk about us today, because it's like we were talking about just how we put so much pressure on ourselves. Never mind, society has kind of bred us into these roles. We were brought into families that expected of us certain things. And you were expected to either be the sole nurturer in the home or whatever it was.
Do everything.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay, so you're the primary person taking care of the home. I was raised in a house of mainly brothers, so they would get like slack while I was like, no, you better clean up all of this. And it's just like, okay. And then now you're expected to also be well educated, work full time, and now primary breadwinner. Like you got to make bread now.
And say nothing about it.
And say nothing about it. Nobody's, noting that, hello, now you have 3 jobs. And it's kind of ridiculous when you have a partnership, your husband and you're both working full time, and now you come home, husband gets to chill, you're now doing the evening routine, your
everything.
Second job.
Yes.
We love our kids.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And everybody's like, oh, it's not a job. No, but when you're doing a lot of stuff, it's a job. And when you're not the...
Hey, Shawnee.
Hey, good morning. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. But, so because we are the primary nurturer, we by default end up in this, like, role that we're handling everything in the home.
Never ending.
Handling everything with the kids. And I think about it, because I used to be... Well, I still do. But it's like, I'm the office manager for my home.
Of course you are.
I'm calling all the doctor's offices. I'm calling all the utilities. I'm setting up the appointments. I'm making sure the bills get paid on time.
Thinking about doing it, how to do it, doing it.
That brings me back to a post we had posted, I think, last year about the mental baggage of a woman and why we're aging prematurely. Because it's constant. It's constant. Our to-do lists are constantly running, whether it's managing our home, preparing our kids for day-to-day, whether it's school, doctor's appointments, their after-school activities, all of that, right?
Who we want them to be in life.
Yes. And then we have to still build them up.
When these high expectations at a time when many of our support systems are broken.
No support system.
There's no support system.
Hi, that's why we're here, guys. Why we honestly felt pressed to create Mercy Over Judgment is because being a mother for me was super isolating. So I felt like I was just in my home handling all this stuff with nobody relating to what I was going through. We kind of were getting the same impression from other mothers. So yes, we are meant to do life together, people. It's a lot. It is a lot to handle.
So the other piece is that I guess there's times where we're not complaining that there's so much going on and there's so much that we have to do, that it's kind of felt like you got it. You're doing it. You don't need any help. You don't need any assistance. When I do it, it's a mess. So you got it. And that's a lot.
That makes me angry because that's my own personal story.
And a lot of times we explode.
So, exactly. So, so that's me, because everybody kind of assumes because I'm smiling or because I just have it. Like, what do you do? Who has time to sit and complain about what you got to do? You just do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I was raised. You get it done.
That's huge. That's huge. Who has time to complain about it?
Yeah. So let me handle what I need to do. Kids over here. This has to get done. I'll figure it out. And I just go. I just go through these things. But when it gets to that point that I've been on the go for days, weeks at a time, and it's like I'm up to here.
You're breaking down. You're literally breaking down.
And it takes for me to mentally get stuck and like unhinged that my husband's like, what's happening? Well, are you okay? You don't see me flying about doing this, flying about. Maybe you want to say, hey. No. Like,
you're so good at it. You're really good at it.
That is huge. I've heard that used not only in my house, but on other women, like, oh, he says I'm better at it, so I just have to do it all the time now. What?
And we want to be these great wives and these great mothers, and we want to do it all. And this whole notion of being a super woman or a super mom,
right?
We really take it on. Like, we can do it. We can get it done. We see other people do it.
Or we have days where we are exceptional.
Yes.
But that is not a constant that you should try to...
You can't be there
a standard level that you should be like, I have to operate here. That's not realistic. Like, no.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. True story. And first, it starts with us. It starts with us by relieving that pressure off of ourselves.
We can only start with ourselves, ladies. We gotta start with ourselves.
Erase that, like, I should be. That is a common, I should be doing this, or should be doing this, or should think, okay, for Lo and Michelle and so many others that are new moms in our community, think of how many days that you wish you could do more. Like, you see the house a mess, or you see, you know, I wish I was hanging out with my older son a little bit more, but the baby needs me. And that's where you are right now. Do you get what I'm saying? And we sit there and we're like, I should be, I wish, I feel so bad. And we put that guilt and condemnation on ourselves because we're only one person, right? We're only one person, and this is where we have the energy for and what's needed right now, and that's the need we're meeting right now. And honestly, we have to let go. We have to kind of just forgive ourselves, let go of that should. It'll get done eventually. It usually does.
Yeah, but that pressure piece that you were talking about, and yes, Shawnee, we're going to get to that systems. You don't have parents nearby to help you, or you're helping your aging parents, being in that sandwich. Yeah. So there's time you're putting this pressure on yourself. I have my client last week. She's thinking about, what she could have been doing, but this child is literally stuck to my breast all day. Like, I'm doing so, I'm exhausted.
Yep.
But as the time is coming for her husband to come home, she's like, oh my God, it's going to look like I wasn't doing anything all day, and I'm home, and maybe I should try to. And when he gets in the door and like, what were you doing all here all day?
Oh my gosh. Don't say another word. Do you see? I can so relate to that. I'm like, if you want me to hit you over the head with something right now, send a remote flying at your head.
So she's either totally exploding or totally shuts down, saying absolutely nothing, and just going in the corner and just being shut down. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with this. I can't stand him. And then you're upset with yourself, like, maybe he's right. I remember my mother could do everything, or my aunt used to do everything, and stop it.
Yep.
Nobody can do everything all the time.
No. So, like, that was one of the things I had to let go. I had to let go of, mind you, I like my house clean, but I now feel like I have 4 other saboteurs just walking around and sabotaging my efforts. And so there are points that we all work together and it gets clean, and then it's just like, I have to be okay with, I'm gonna do this little bit and it's gonna get left to another day, or and be okay with that, or I'm gonna ask and be okay with when my husband
speak up and say what it is that you need.
Yes, which is a huge piece.
And stop assuming that they're supposed to know what you need and not giving it to you so you mad. No, speak up. Not saying you're gonna get it, but at least it's gonna get off of you. Speak up. Say what you need. Sharice, we got to speak up and say it and put it out there. And if you can't do it, you know, I need money to go to getting a house cleaning.
Yes.
Woman to come in here, a person, a company,
Yep.
something, some system has to get in place, because the cycle of me getting tired, me getting upset, like that.
And being guilty, and the place is a mess, and adding to my stress, and adding to our, like, I can't.
Enough.
So.
Enough.
Yes. All around, enough is enough. Enough. And it starts with us. It starts with us accepting who we are, being easy with what we can do on a regular basis. We have very high standards for ourselves. Like, very high standards.
Yes.
Some are even unachievable. How about you start being your own best friend? The same good advice you would give your friend. It is okay, hon.
Yes.
You can do this. It's just a bad day.
Of course you're tired. You're not lazy. How many times do I hear this?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
How many times do I say this to myself? You're not lazy. You're exhausted.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Yes. My baby's been sick for 3 days and not sleeping, and I'm waking up every hour on the hour, and I'm wondering why I'm dragging the next day, and I can barely get off the couch. Really? Really, Stace? But that's what we do to ourselves. Like, come on. And, you know, I'm a type A person, so, like, it's just, like, this to-do list is still here.
I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done.
Get one thing done off of it, or otherwise you're a failure. And
but please remember, like, last week, you were on it.
Yes.
And you were doing it. But how do we totally forget about that and all of a sudden we're the laziest person in the world?
That's what complete highs and lows. You know how it goes.
No.
How it goes.
Try to get a nap.
Yeah.
And you will see how much better you'll be functioning. Try to eat something, eat well. Like there's times you're not even eating properly. You're not even nourishing yourself. Thinking,
true.
doing. And next thing you know, you're in a full blown on depression.
Yep.
Oh yes, vitamins, please. Come on.
Vitamins and hormone imbalances. I'm still like trying out a few different
Get
vitamins.
out there and get
in my
some
regimen.
vitamin D.
Oh yeah, she's big on that, which
What?
helped me last week a lot because I didn't really get much exercise in, but I did get out a few days to go walk with Justin, and he loves just being outside and the sun was nice. Like it was necessary. We don't realize how much the winter adds to our heaviness.
Oh my gosh, that vitamin D is everything. Please, and sometimes you gotta take the supplements because. And then, really, the winter does a number on us.
It does.
Really,
I've even heard of cyclical depression because we're getting less light, less sunlight, that vitamin D that we need, and it just the doldrums, yeah, yes.
She's
Help.
still nursing.
Help. Help me with weaning tips.
Yes,
please. It's a cycle, and then he gets sick, and then we're back. To like I made no progress. I don't know.
Yes, and your vitamins you need.
I'm depleted.
Keep up with all of that.
Yeah, I'm still taking prenatals, but I need other supplements as well. But yeah, another area. So it starts with us. It starts in our home. Speaking up, and a big thing for me was yes, I spoke up, but then a week later you forgot. So consistently pushing and speaking up and speaking up and speaking up. Change does not always happen overnight like we want it to.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And just walking around huffing and puffing saying, whatever, I don't care, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to get it all done. No. You're creating and keeping this. I know I've done all of this. And there's times that it comes up again. And you're like, I'm just going to do it. I don't care. I'm just going to do it. And so they're like, she got it.
Yep.
The kids are like, she got it.
Be like, all right, Mom. Or I'll wait for Mom to say that everything's a mess. Or say that what needs to get done. Like, nobody else sees what needs to get done.
And they don't.
They don't.
They don't.
They really don't.
So you have to show them and say and repeat. And I'm sorry. I know. But we have to because it can't be all on us. You got to delegate some of this stuff. Let people know what they're accountable for.
It is what it is. We are managers. We are managing the home. So we have to be consistently on them. Micromanaging at first until later on it can just flow. But yes, months and years of micromanaging and then constant reevaluating the system.
Yes.
Then it goes out to our extended families. Any, for example, any roles that we've unconsciously accepted that is not us, right? They expected us to come. We were talking about the support systems that aren't there. If you are in that sandwich role, that you are responsible for taking care of an aging parent as well as having young kids, it's a lot of pressure. And it's like, you gotta ask for help.
And you still don't hire help. No. Like Shawnee's putting it all big, all in caps, and we still feel like I gotta be this good, great daughter. I have to do everything, and I don't want somebody to say that I just let somebody else take care of my mother, and I don't want people to say that I don't know how to keep my house clean. I gotta hire somebody else. Y'all need to stop. We need to stop.
Yeah, it took a while, but look, man, I'm for peace.
For peace
that keeps me zen. Like, any help. It started first when I was working full time because I was like, how am I spending my entire weekend now grocery shopping, cleaning, and nothing, like, so I was like, I don't actually get to sit on my weekends. So I started looking for services and things like that. Like, I started ordering groceries to get delivered.
Groceries come straight to your house. I have girlfriends that's on that.
Yes. Because think of it. Otherwise, then I have to drag my kids to the grocery store. What a nightmare. Like, no. Just no. And just
But we make
whatever
all
other
excuses because
services.
I'm like, I want to touch the fruit. I want to see, like, I'm telling you, I'm good at it. Like, no, I want to see what's going on. I want them to just put stuff in the bag. Stop. Because, you know, when you can,
Yes.
go over there and do it. Get your at least get your produce by yourself. Then you do that. But when you can't, you
with
can't.
you, Shani, for real. So yes, cleaning help around the house, because we are constantly busy too. Like, it's not just okay, we're all lazy. No, we're constantly in and out of the house. So it's like, when are we finding time to do all of these things? And even like having our own stuff. We'll talk about finances later on in the month, maybe even next month, because taxes are due. But the role of, you're a stay-at-home or work-from-home mom, what does, like, do you relinquish your rights to having your own because you don't make as much? Or because what? I think it's necessary. I think women, whatever role you're in, should always have their own income, should have their own source, and find some way to do it. Today, like this day and age that we're in, it's
A lot of online stuff.
A lot of online stuff.
Opportunities.
There's apps. There's cashback. Things you do every day can just be generating you income. So don't close that gap. That's another added stressor if you're in that position where you have to rely either on a husband or a family member or somebody else for your income. That just completely depletes your confidence, completes your...
Oh, yes. I have many clients. That's, I don't care. I'm going back to work because I can't be under this man. I can't be asking him for every time I need something. But your body's not healed and you're not ready yet. And then you feel all the guilt,
because
the mommy
you have to put
guilt.
the kids in daycare.
Putting this little baby back in the day. There's lots of other ways to make money now, people. We just got to figure out what we're comfortable, get online, and see how else we can make money. Because, yes, you need your money. Yes. And you got to save your own money, and you can't depend on this man to keep you... You cannot depend on him to keep this going all together. No. Yes, he's supposed to be the head of the household. Yes. But we got to do this together. Yes. Because...
No. I mean, it is a lot of pressure on them too, to just have that. I feel like that role was relinquished. To be the sole primary breadwinner was relinquished. So to have that be a reality is kind of jarring for a lot of guys. And to just speak up when we feel we're not being paid what we're worth. Speak up. Like, that was a huge thing for me. Like, am I going to go and ask for a raise? I am doing 2 jobs, two roles, responsibilities right now. Should I ask for more? Yes, if you're you probably should, or push that conversation. We don't like to rattle the boat, but it's time for us to start taking risks. It's time for us to step up and go after what we're worth, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in our families, in our businesses. If you want to have your own business, time to branch out. It's time to
step
push
out there.
Yeah.
Step out there and do it. I'm going to say this. There's a lot of times that Black women feel that there are privileges that are for white women and not for us. I've heard many times that because you're in your home, say you're doing some online work or you're working from home, that they don't want to hire like a mommy's helper or someone because like that's for white women. Like, white women get to do that. We have to be able to take care of everything. That's ridiculous.
Good point.
That's ridiculous. Okay? And I remember seeing that, I grew up in Brooklyn. I remember seeing white women walking and the caretaker walking with them and taking them to the park. I'm like, why she can't raise her own child? Can't she stop. Stop. We need help.
Yes. Honestly. And that's what we are forgetting. That way, way back in the day, it was a community of women.
Yes.
Whether it was aunts, cousins, grandma,
sister wives.
Yep. Oh, jeez. neighbor women, not sister wives. We did it together. We did it
help.
together.
We're so
we need
isolated,
help.
trying to do everything by ourselves. It just doesn't make sense. It's exhausting and literally putting us into a depression. I'm going to say the word.
Yes.
Depression,
early grave, heart issues are on the rise with women. So strokes
Everything.
are on the rise
Yes.
with women. We keep a lot. We hold these emotions inside. So I want to encourage you guys today, because you feel it. You feel it, the energy.
Yes.
We've reached that point where we've had it. We've had
Enough.
it. We're not accepting it anymore.
New systems in place.
Yes. Create one.
Yes.
It's not there.
Create it.
Yep, create it. Of the female energy, the
Yes.
power we have. I love it. I love it. So, okay, Bubby. Okay. We want to wish you guys an awesome, awesome week. Enjoy the end of Women's Month.
Happy Monday.
Holy Week leading into Easter Sunday. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you have a blessed and happy week ahead.
Happy Holy Week.
Mercy triumphs over judgment.